Alright, I got a battle with shadowgrovyle, yeah. I recorded this late last night. And yeah. So, yeah, I'm waiting and waiting. And he finally comes in and I host and then he hosts and we're just waiting to see which one will take the other host. And we're waiting. So I stop and then he stops, which is a little funny. Then I re-host again. Then this time I think he takes it. And we just start the battle. Once again, I decided to record this when I woke up. How stupid am I? Yeah, so we starts off with Jirachi, and I start off with, of course, Azelf. Because I only start off with Azelf for Fortress, as you guys may or may not know. So I use Taunt and prevent him to use Stealth Rock. And then I use, it's just loading and loading and loading, waiting for him to make a move. And I use Stealth Rock, and then he uses Thunderbolt, which doesn't do a lot at all. And he faced this Azelf before, so he probably expected me to use Explosion, but, I mean, Thunderbolt didn't take out half of it, so I just said, oh, what the hell, so I'll just use Psychic, because it'll do some damage. So, he switches out to Milk Take, and I use Psychic and sweep it with a crit, which is hilarious. Yeah. Ha. So that's just one down. And then he brings out Jirachi again. Then he uses Thunderbolt one more time, and Azelf obviously lives. I mean, if it had a crit, then that would just suck. So I use Psychic to get in a little bit of damage, which I did. He uses Thunderbolt, and Azelf was almost dead. And then I just, come on, I mean, I think you guys know what I do next. I explode. So yeah. Yeah. I'm going to bed after this. But it doesn't kill Jirachi, unfortunately. So Azelf dies, of course. He uses, I think it was Thunderbolt. And then I just send out, what was my next Pokemon? Come on, Windows Movie Maker. Go, go, go. And I send out my Gengar. Yeah. And I just sweep him with Shadow Ball. And there goes Jirachi. So yeah. Yeah. 5-4. And I'm winning. Ha. Next, he brings out his, God, it's taking ages to load. Then he weirdly, I don't even know. He brings out Misprit, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I use Shadow Ball, and I just one-hit KO it, and I'm like, I couldn't even, I didn't ask him, which was kind of odd of me. I should have said, why did you use that? That's weird. I wouldn't use that, no. I don't know. I'll ask him after this. Anyways, so yeah, I sweep him, and then he brings out Golbat. And I'm like, oh, I could sweep this in maybe 1 or 2 hits. Yeah, I could do that. And he uses Air Slash. And I'm like, oh. And it does a ton, and it flinches, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck, dude. Then he uses Air Slash again, and then once again it flinches, and I'm like, oh, come on now, dude, come on. So I kind of needed Gengar. I don't know. I felt I needed him, so I just switched him out, and then I brought out Metagross. And, of course, Metagross can take an Air Slash any day. So, yeah. So, I used Meteor Mash. No, wait, no, I didn't. Because I figured he was going to switch. So I was gonna use agility, but he thought that he was gonna switch, so he just decided to use taunt, I guess, and whatever. Then he used U-turn and just got in a little bit of damage and switched out, which really sucks. So yeah, he brings up Starmie, and I'm like, oh well, that's not too much trouble. So I use Meteor Mash, and oddly, it does a lot, and I'm like, yeah, alright, that's good. It's good for a not very effective attack. Must have crappy defense or something, I don't know. So yeah, I do a lot to Starmie, and and then he uses Thunderbolt, and it really doesn't do a lot. No, not at all. I mean, I could take that any day. But then I use Meteor Mash, and then it misses, of course, because of course I need to miss, because that's only fair. because the hacks gods hate me. Then he uses Thunderbolt. Like I said, doesn't do a lot. I think he could stand another one. So I use Meteor Mash one more time, and it doesn't kill, which sort of annoys me. I would usually use Earthquake, but I was kind of afraid that he might, switch into Crobat, and therefore Earthquake would miss. But I should use Earthquake. I mean, come on, what could a Crobat do? Well, I guess that was stupid of me. I don't know. So I use Meteor Mash, and I just finally sweep him, which I shouldn't have done. But I mean, it hit, so that's okay. I guess I'm alright with it. So yeah. So Metagross is about to die. I really don't need him anymore. I should just explode and end it. But then he brings out Toxic Croak, and then he Brick Breaks me, and I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, Metagross dies, which is super unfortunate. I at least want to get in an explosion there. I don't know. So I bring out my Magmar. I can never pronounce the name. I nicknamed him Flame Gun. So I just sweep him with the Fire Blast. So yeah, he's down, of course, because nobody can stand up to Flame Gun's Fire Blast. Nope. Nope. So yeah. Then last he brings out Crobat, and I just Fire Blast it, and I win. What more could... What the hell was I gonna say? Never mind. So yeah, I win. Good game. You gotta do it again, even though you've done it like 1,000 times, and I just happened to record this. Yeah. Good game.